apparently Ftmo have pulled out of the US. It's not that deep. An edge is everything, and you have an edge, then why are you not making money? It's worth it. I get a lot of messages on this sort of stuff. I've also got an MRI scan this evening. Here's Al from the future, just trying to edit the vlog on Saturday morning. And it turns out that my laptop restarted last night, unfortunately. And it deleted all my footage. So, good lesson for me. Don't leave the vlog till the last minute and always have a backup. I actually formatted my SD card, which is something I never normally do on the same day. So, a lot of lessons. Thought I'd share them. Enjoy the video. What's going on, you beautiful people? How you all doing? I hope you had a sick weekend. It's Monday, ready for a new week. I've had an absolutely fantastic morning already. Yoga done, gym done, walk done, egg on toast, but bought some sourdough bread, outrageous. Forecast all done, kids gone to school. So currently just watching the charts at the minute. So forecast is here. Obviously, forecast is here, so I'm bearish on the day still. Overall, we've also got NFP news low to target. So a couple of different outcomes. Obviously, my mental check-in. Again, flow zones at 9. I'm feeling absolutely incredible. If you're not getting up early and getting stuff done, I promise you, try it. You'll feel absolutely unreal. I've got so much energy. But one of the best things is by the time like lunchtimes come, so much is done that I can just focus on my trading session, and then I can switch off and do my thing and focus on doing what I want to do. So if we pop to the chart, I've left the forecast open. So essentially, if we look here, we've got the external range, which is NFP basically. You got the low to high. And now I'm just going to stick a podcast on. Stephen Bartlett's got Thierry Henry on. Thierry Henry was an absolute fan fave when I was little. And we used to play football and that, and you'd pick a player. I'd be like, yeah, I'm Henry. Always 100%. Used to have the O2, the gold top with the O2 sponsor on the top. Absolute savage. If you're into football, you'll know what I'm on about. But yeah, so I'm going to watch that podcast. Obviously, I'll have it on in the background. Not looking to rush into anything. That's the most important thing. I'll wait for the opportunities and then I'll get stuck in. What's happening, people? How we doing? So it's New York session. It's also snowing here, which is a bit weird. It doesn't normally snow down here, but hey, it's not sticking. It's not cold enough to stick, I don't think. Yeah, so I took a trade in New York as forecast this morning. I wanted to see these fractals get swept. Obviously, this morning I wanted to see that go. It was a nicer fractal. Obviously, this is our external. Right, so again, we might want to take that out. So yeah, we swept here, and then I basically entered on the M5. Let me go back. So I got in here, ran slightly. I was looking to take out this liquidity and potentially leave something to run towards this. However, just took me out. It is what it is. It happens. And yeah, we just move on. And I think that's something that I want to keep reiterating, and I will continue to reiterate non-stop like a broken record. You know, when you take a loss, don't take it personal. Simple as that. You could have watched me take that live. At the time I was making a tea and I was chatting to Steph about the snow, living the dream. And I just took the L, my light went off on the phone and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, that's it. Like, we build up these losses as a big thing in our head. We let them govern us, we let them control us, we allow them to make us make poor decisions or hit it again or change the plan or do whatever. And no doubt someone watching this will probably be like, oh, you lost because the quantum realms of the moon and Jupiter and Uranus didn't line up quite. You got to wait for that and then you should have got in. It's not that deep. Like, it's really not. Like, I took an L on my edge. Cool. Like, next 5 trades could win. And that's the beauty of the way I trade, is my strike rate is pretty high. So I'm not too arsed. Obviously, of course, yeah, it's nice to win. Bosh, living the dream. But you can't get too emotional when you win. Because, again, as I said in many videos, when you're at the top is when you're the most vulnerable. And that's when most people get caught out, is they are on a winning streak. They get ahead of themselves. They start over-risking. They start doing mad shit. And then they get humbled. And you have to remain neutral at all times. You know, you have to treat it like a high-performing sport. Even like football teams and that, when you see them winning like 2-3-0 and they get complacent and then the next thing you know, they've lost. It's just because they let the head go and the other team didn't. And that shows who's a higher professional when it comes to that emotional composure and critical thinking at a high level. So just wanted to share that. Like, don't let losses bother you. And, you know, at the end of the day, if you're not quite there yet with taking losses, then you need to do the work on that. And you need to understand that no matter what course or mentor you have, you're going to lose. Yes, there's ways to lose less. However, at the same time, it's not something you can get rid of. Like failure is a part of success, losing's a part of trading, And when you realise that and you kind of just go, well, it is what it is, and move on, I'm telling you, things are just easier. A lot less pressure, a lot less stress. Taking things down from pedestals, focusing on the process. It's just an easier way of doing things. So yeah, I'm going to log this trade in Notion, fill it all out, log everything. Half an hour I'm going to do the school run anyway. So yeah, I'll log this quickly, go do school run, and then get focused on what I'm having for dinner. But very productive day, got a hell of a lot of stuff done, everything ticked off. And we're in search of the secret sauce. It's right here. Tonight is going off. Crispy honey chili chicken.
Success in life and building the right framework is all about incremental growth. Think about millionaires. If millionaires lost everything, are they capable of getting it back? What will get them there? Would it be the skill or would it be the mindset? Let me give you an example. Elon Musk. If Elon Musk lost everything today, do you think that he would be able to make it back? Is it the money that is going to make him successful, or is it his mindset?
What's happening, people? How are we doing? It's Tuesday. A little bit of a quiet one today, and just one where I'm going to catch up on a few bits and bobs I've got outstanding, catch up on a few different tasks and a couple of different things, and yeah, go from there. But I think it's important again to note, again, this is why I do this thing, but this is the realities, obviously, of course, it's always edge dependent and it's always dependent on you as an individual. But for me, I knew there was going to be no trades, and rather than just getting in where maybe someone that lacked experience or a lack of emotional control or composure might have just decided I have to trade today because I'm a trader, I knew that trading today would result in me potentially taking an unnecessary loss. Therefore, the best course of action is to do something else and be okay with that and be at peace with that. Too many people make a decision and then they change it. And this is where your identity comes in. And this is, again, where Rewired's been very great for that. It's kind of shaping and molding your identity into the person that you want to be or that you say you are. So many people are saying they're going to do something only to not do it. Therefore, it tells your identity and you as an individual that I say I'm going to do something and I don't do it. And too many people are in that loop. Too many people are doing that. And I think if you just looked at your trading from the outside in and went, where am I going wrong? A lot of it's impulsivity, lack of patience, lack of understanding, lack of awareness, lack of emotional composure. If you just looked at your edge for what it is and you executed the edge, you very likely would be profitable because you wouldn't have taken that edge live if you knew it wasn't profitable, right? No one goes live with an edge just for banter. You know that edge, you have data on that edge, or you've forward tested that edge, or whatever you've done. So then you've got to ask yourself, if you're live and you're not seeing the same results, then the only issue can be one or two things, right? It's either your edge that you tested falsely and you made the results look good to give yourself validation and comfort, which is actually very counterintuitive and kind of silly. Or two, is you at fault. You, the person in control of the edge, is wrong. And you have to find out why and then work on fixing that, right? So, Bruno, it's just a postman, dude. He never barks. My man's got skits. Mate, it's just a postman. Don't worry, no one's invading. It's alright. We're all good. I'll check the cameras. We're fine. Alright? We're fine. Just lay down. Anyway, we're always at fault. Our lack of composure, our lack of emotional control, our lack of awareness. Maybe you took that news trade you shouldn't have. Maybe you got in the market again when you shouldn't have. Maybe you were too quick to get into the market. Maybe you entered off of a plan that doesn't fit your plan, or you took someone's advice, or you got FOMO'd into a trade, or you saw someone on Twitter eyeing up a position and you just thought, oh, they always win, I'm going to get in. There's so many variances, right? But they all come under one category, which is you. And until you actually fix you, then you'll just keep doing it. But a lot of people, unfortunately, they're unable to accept due to ego that they're at fault. We always try to protect ourselves and we always try to tell ourselves lies, right? And make ourselves feel better. And sometimes you need to have a little bit of bittersweet love, and you need to be honest with yourself, and you need to say, look, it's a new year. I'm doing the same dumb shit that I did last year, the year before, and the year before. Every year I said I was going to make a change. I didn't make a change. What if this year I actually broke the loop and made a change? Where will I be at the end of the year, and will I thank myself for it? And the answer is yes. I get a lot of messages on this sort of stuff. I've been going around in circles for years now, and I'm still not where I want to be. And you know, obviously you need an edge. Obviously you need technicals, of course. Like anyone that says you don't, be crazy. But there's also this element where people think, you know, you don't need to like be in tune with yourself. You don't need awareness. You don't need mindset. You don't need psychology or whatever they want to call it. You know, it's a load of fluff. And I have to disagree, because as someone who's experienced it from without and with, when I've had the psychology and the mindset on lock, and I've worked on myself and I've done the things that I say I'm going to do, I've seen massive growth. When I didn't see as much growth. I saw some growth, but not as much. And if you look at any successful person, they all attest to similar stuff. So how can it be a scam or woo-woo or fluff or whatever it might be? And I think anybody that spreads a message of like psychology is not a thing or mindset's not needed, they're a very small minority of people that perhaps don't need it, because there's always that small kind of sample size of people that genuinely just came into trading and learned an edge and they're killing it. Because they might have had a different upbringing, they might have a stable life, they might have been spoon-fed, they might have income levels off the charts, they might be tremendously happy in their life, they might be trading for fun rather than for a means to make, you know, ends meet, or to change their life, or to better their financial situation, or they might have established businesses that are making them 30, 40k a month, so they can risk 5, 6k a month on prop and it not affect them. You know, there's so many different caveats to this, and I think it's very arrogant and egotistical of someone to say, you know, mindset's not a thing or psychology's not a thing because they haven't experienced it. Because it would be like me saying, I haven't experienced mental health or depression, it's not a thing. That's unfair to say, because there are people out there that of course are going through that, and big ups to you because you're doing your thing and you're working through it and you will get through it. But for someone to say it's not a thing just because they haven't experienced it, I just think that's wrong, and I think it's the wrong thing to put out. And unfortunately, some people then believe that and they think that that's not a thing. And all I would say is, okay, if it's not a thing and edge is everything and you have an edge, then why are you not making money?
Don't think glass cleaner's working. No.
What is going on? It's cold. Yo, it's so cold this morning. It's -5. Feeling hella grateful for a heated steering wheel and a heated seat. I never use it. Always moan that it's not worth it. But today, it's worth it. Gonna be a sick day. I hope you're all doing well. Just on my way to the gym. Get it in nice and early. And I've got a busy day today. I've also got an MRI scan this evening. So I try and bring you along with that for that if I can. I don't think I can have anything metal or anything like that on me in the room. So we'll see what's what, and you can't bring children under 16, so obviously Steph will stay at home, I'll just be on my own. But yeah, I decided to put that because my groin pain from 2021, it comes and goes again, and obviously that abdomen pain again comes and goes, and I just figured for peace of mind, like, it's not ideal, and I'm not made of money in any way, shape or form. I told myself straight away, my health is so important that I'm willing to spend it on other things, I should spend it on myself. So I booked a full body MRI, brain, abdomen, spine, pelvis, organs, the full shabam, and that should give me a much better insight into everything. It's the most in-depth scan you can get, essentially. And obviously we've got that technology now, modern technology, so we should use it, right? So I'm gonna get that done later. A little bit nervy, but at the same time, it, you know, is what it is. I want to make sure that, you know, if there is something there, I get on top of it quick. So like I said before, guys and girls, if you're having a health, anything feels like not right or something's going on with your health, just go and get it fixed, or go and address it, or at least do the investigating. And if nothing comes of it, then nothing comes of it, right? Then you've done your best, you've tried. But it's better than just leaving it, doing absolutely nothing, and then something goes wrong or something happens and you're like, well, I could have fixed that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. But other than that, I've got a busy day. Obviously get back, I've done my yoga this morning already, and then I'm gonna get back, have some breakfast, sort the kids for school. Gym looks rammed. But other than that, then I've got a call with Mark and Ib. Gonna catch up with them guys, gonna just chat about a few bits and bobs, make sure we're on track, myself keeping me in check for the year, not drifting, not, you know, going against things that I've already said. It's really important to have those people around you, so that's gonna be sick. Yeah, without further ado, I'm about to do a pull session. So I'm doing push-pull legs 3 times a week. Really enjoying it, really enjoying it. And not lifting like crazy heavy, ego heavy or anything like that. Just doing my thing, feeling good, feeling fit. But yeah, I'm gonna crack on and I'll catch you in a bit. Just finished the gym, 6th session, very busy, had to improvise again, but it's all good in the hood, we moved. My phone was blowing up. To be fair, I don't look at it usually until sunlight, but at the minute that is quite difficult considering the time of year and me being an early bird. But yeah, I'm just hearing that apparently Ftmo have pulled out of the US, which is a bit mad. I had a conversation with someone recently, and they did say that the US, a lot of people are not wanting to touch it, a lot of payment solutions are not wanting to be there, and quite a lot of different things happening. And then, yeah, literally a week later, boom, that happens. Obviously, don't know the full details. Going to have a look, going to try and find something. Be cautious of that when you do try and find the correct info, because some people use it as an opportunity to spread fear or spread hate, but also to get clout, right? Because when you get a trending topic in anything in the world, first few people to jump on it usually will be the people that will blow up, right? Now, obviously, if someone's going to report on it and actually add value, then fair play. Do you know what I mean? And you can probably tell who those people are. But if you just see someone tweeting like, "Oh, prop firms are dead, they're finished, it's over," I'd probably just ignore those people, yeah? I see people now all happy, like, "I told you, yeah, regulations are coming, it's over." And I don't really get why you'd be happy about that, because that just shows me you can't trade. Because obviously, why would you want prop firms to go anywhere? And I'm not saying they are, but obviously if you're a US citizen, it's going to become increasingly difficult to have funding capital by the looks of it. Obviously there's other firms out there, of course. Is this going to be the start of those pulling out? Obviously a big one like Ftmo pulling out is interesting. I don't know enough about it yet. I'm gonna get home, have a shower, do all my bits, and then I'll have a little read about it and see what's what. Obviously Ftmo is my preferred prop above all of them. Wondering if there's anything underlying or why they've done it, if there's any specific reason. I was in their Discord having a little read just as I finished the gym. Couldn't see anything like point blank obvious, and obviously people are in there kicking off, and then people are starting spreading all kind of crazy stuff, and yeah. So I'll have a little gander, but again, it's why you've got to diversify, and it's why you can't just sit with one firm, or you can't not have personal capital, or you can't have investments, or you can't not have something like Darwin X and all these different things, you know. Like obviously last week's video I put out an incredible offer for Darwin X. A lot of you used it, fair play to you. Get your head down, grow your capital there, build your record. That record could be worth its weight in gold. Those of you that haven't, unfortunately that discount has now gone, but I can still save you a little bit in the link in the description below, so check that out. I'm gonna go home, have a shower, have some breakfast, get on the charts, do a forecast, get the kids ready for school, and then I'll have a little bit more of a look. And if there's anything else that I think I should share or understand about it, I'll jump on. Shorts. Let me just turn off Rewired quickly. So here, right? So 15-minute. Obviously, at the minute we're playing in a little bit of this daily range, right? We're not really going anywhere. We're kind of just stuck in this like 120 pip range that I spoke about. This morning is quite interesting because this hadn't swept based on CPI yesterday, and I've got my forecast to back that up here. So this was this morning at like 7 AM. Obviously you can see the wick hadn't taken it out, but then all of a sudden the data changed. That can happen. I've seen it happen many a time before. Awanda's done the same, Forex.com's done the same, my broker's done the same, the prop accounts have done it. Like, do you know what I mean? It happens. It is what it is. You kind of just got to roll with it. I am bearish. I have been bearish most of the week. However, this has been a little bit choppy. Now we've cleared that. We've had this sort of break to the downside. Obviously, now I was waiting for some form of liquidity to be taken out. We've had that. We've had multiple highs run. I would have liked this one as well, as more of a solid level to be run. However, being the way the time frames are, being the fact this, we've got obviously news low to target at the same time. I'm looking for shorts. Now, I missed the original entry. I wanted to get in on the drop out of this, but I was in the garden picking up Bruno's poo. It happens. However, as I said before, I will play the retest when they come back in. So this one basically just like a minor break of structure, if you like. Didn't really consolidate much, just pulled straight back in, but I was more than happy to hit it at the same level. Stop above the high. First target is going to be this, ideally. BE's here. I'd like to get off here. I'll be mindful when this goes as well, whether I go BE, but we could come back for another retest and then drop out. So again, I'm mindful of that. Thinking of all scenarios in your head that can happen. On the 1 hour, realistically, this is the first point you'd be looking at, and then obviously you've got this low here. So depending on obviously how this runs, you've got 1 to 2.5, you've got possibility of 1 to 7. So it's possible. Obviously, it is Friday, whether we've got that kind of volume. The way the market's been at the moment, it doesn't look like we have that much volume. So this will be a point where I'm more than happy to manage it quite aggressively. And again, something I've been going over a lot of. I've been doing a lot of work on things at the moment, which I'm going to share with you all in a video at some point probably. You know, when we break this, it's just being aggressive and being willing to sort of trail that stop aggressively. Because what I've often found is if we break with conviction, it will just run. But if we break, muck around, could pull back and take me out and go for a New York trade, I'd rather just take profits off, right? So again, I'm also mindful from my data, London doesn't always follow through. New York's often the follow through. Now, someone's going to hit me with, you know, accumulation, manipulate, distribute, whatever you want to call it, right? However, at the same time, there's opportunity here, and I'm going to take that opportunity. So I'll keep you updated on how we go. These look elite, man. Right, so tell me something. This is important. I want to know in the comments. Are you white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate? Not just digestives, just in general. About white chocolate, you know, like them little Kinders and that. Woo! Nah, should be hitting different. I know they got milk chocolate on the outside, but on the inside, I don't know, white or milk. Dark chocolate for me, not a fan. Definitely comments. I was gonna make like you know that coffee. Watch me make coffee, and then I realised I just wanted one. First of the day, been for a nice long walk with Bruno, and yeah, I deserve this. Couple of bickies. Happy days, mate. It's important to do. Yeah, he's trying to find me because I'm face track. But yeah, so locked in there, running about 2.5R. So we'll see how we go, see how we develop. I'll be aggressive as anything with it. I'm not going to give that back. It's Friday afternoon. I've literally just finished logging today's trade and finished reviewing the week. I've done it early this week. Had some free time this afternoon, so figured I'd do it. Caught up with some bits and bobs from Elysium. Literally just had my results back for my MRI as well, which was a bit weird when it first came through, not going to lie, because first image was my brain, which is a bit mad. But yeah, all good basically, so feel great. Obviously I was a little bit nervy because when you see all the images come through, you think, oh, damn, never had this sort of thing done before. But yeah, I have a small sinus cyst apparently, didn't know about, don't really have any problem breathing, but yeah, I have that. Apparently it's quite a common thing. I have a very, very tiny cyst in a kidney, which again, apparently is pretty common, nothing to worry about. Very shallow disc bulge. But again, within normal limits on the screening, so no worries there. But just something to be mindful of. Obviously, no heavy lifting. I've lost the whole ego lifting stuff, deadlifts, things like that. There's no real ROI for me anyway, so I don't do them. I just do other things. But it shows me that I can work on my posture a little bit more. I think they said it was C3, C4, C5, which I think is upper, like neck. I have a consultation with a GP to chat to them about the results anyway. I was just reading the report. But yeah, happy days. Like I'm glad. I kind of knew I was good. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, okay, so what were the pains that I've been experiencing in my groin and in my abdomen that are just coming and going when they feel like? No torn ligaments, muscular stuff, nothing. So I need to, I guess, just, yeah, diet, making sure I'm being healthy in that respect, cutting out certain foods perhaps that might affect it, acidy foods, tomatoes, things like that I know can't be good for you. Hit subscribe, do me a favour and subscribe. Like the video, it helps a lot. I don't know why it helps so much, but it helps. And without further ado, I hope you all have an incredible rest of your weekend. If you're watching this on Sunday, if you're watching it in the week, smash your day. Make sure you haven't fallen off this new year. Make sure you haven't, you know, gone against what you said you were going to do already, because this is the time when everyone falls off. Peace and love, gang.